Hello and welcome to another review of Kamen HG. This one is HD 28, I believe. Actually, I'm going to put a link below of a Japanese website that has a list of 80%, 90% of all the HG and Action Pose release. So, you can look at all of them and use it as a collector's guide, so you know if you have all the HD sets or not, or what number is what set. Because these things never have any numbers. That's why in my previous videos I'm never quite sure what they are. I do the review and then I have HG and then the name of what's in it. For example, this one is Blade, Faiz, and Agito. Of course, then there's still General Shadow and this guy here. So yeah, look at the site below. It's a good list. So here's the front, and this one's actually quite a nice collection. Like I said, you got Blade and Faiz and Agito things. The one downside of these HD things is the matchups are always completely random. I mean, it's like a leftover from Faiz, for example. On the back you got the generic adverts, logos, feedback, and warning signs, so kids don't choke on themselves and all that. So let's look at the monster first from this side. Let's look at this guy, because this comes with the useless leg pegs that just don't do any good, so I've already chucked them away. So here's a monster Kaijin, which I have no clue. I can't even read what that says. Something cloth, spring, whatever. But his design is pretty cool. His head is weird. Like, you pull this thing out and it's like another head. And there it's like plant squid monster, seaweed guy. Yeah. I can't tell you how accurate this is, but the way it looks, there's a lot of detail in the molding, lots of texture going on. The paint is pretty much 3 tones: red, purple, and black. So this is like a simple figure for them, I guess. Can it stand on its own? Yes it can. It doesn't need the stupid peg, so it can go right there. Next you have General Shadow, or Shadow, or whatever. His sword does come off as a separate piece. I'm going to zoom out a little there. His belt's pretty nice, although I can't peg his arm in properly. His card's not printed, so it could be any card you want. I want to particularly look at the head. This is really nice. It's got a plastic inside, and obviously the plastic inside was put into another mold so that the clear plastic would go around it, so it would become a solid piece, although I can still feel a joint right there in the middle. The cape is very loose, and on the back he's got his sort of spine. The spine does come off, and again it's also really loose, so I recommend sticking a bit of glue in there so this thing doesn't come off. I mean, his cape is supposed to come off all the time, but definitely not that piece. And having this piece quite loose is both good and bad. But for display purposes only, as these figures aren't really toys, more like display figures, it's nice. It'd be better to have the cape be a bit more solid. And as you see, it's really hard to get it right tight on. So the joints just aren't that good. I'm having trouble now. Does he stand on his own? No, he doesn't. So this figure, because of his simple design, the figure itself looks simple, but because of the head's unique clear plasticness, the head looks really good. Looks completely burnt out inside, kind of scary. Sort of like Freddy Krueger. That nice. Everything else is part of a solid piece. Tramp stamp on the cape. So it's can he stand? No, he can't. He can't stand on his own. Just put that there. Next we have one of these, G3X, and of course he's in one of those special anniversary pose versions. I don't quite get the way that this, marketing. You have these other figures around the poses, and then you have these where they all are in the same stance, like the 20th anniversary and 30th anniversary. I guess eventually when you collect all of the sets, you get a lot of these to go down, and it looks really good when you have all of these. So why can't I have just these and not these, for example? But anyway, his molding detail is excellent. A lot going on here. Even on the back, so detailed. It's painted all the way around. He's supposed to be black on the back. You see his red there and all that. His arms are, my brother pointed out, it feels a bit long, but I'm pretty sure they are that long. because his head turns. And these figures are sort of similar to the soft plastic ones in the candy toys. His gun does come off, which would be great for me because perfect for the Lego figures. Unfortunately, he can't actually hold it because his fist is sort of a piece. The paint job's nice. The belt's quite good. The belt detail's a bit sort of smudgy. Look, he's marching and all that. And back there. Next we have the snake orphanage, however you want to pronounce it. Yes, because the character's like, oh, why don't we just be bad guys instead? But then I'm good and I'm never a bad guy anyway. This piece is a very soft plastic, so you're not afraid of snapping it, as you see moving quite well. Again, so are the big sort of teeth on the front of his head are the same as well. You see here, the joints aren't that good. I don't know if it's because the age of the figure. He can't stand on his own. His hands can also turn. So yeah, I maybe recommend sanding down the tips of the pegs a little bit, so I can actually push the legs up so there's not a big gap there. In terms of color, there's not much because that's how they look like. Just look like sand and stone. In terms of molding detail, this one's a lot sharper than the other figures. The details on the belts and patterns on the chest are actually quite visible. You can actually feel the lines and scales, and the hands, especially the joints between the joints on the fingers, are very well done. He can't stand on his own. Next we have clients. He can't stand on his own, and he's in this sort of attack pose, and because of capsule toy effect, it's completely bent. You're gonna have to unbend this somehow, heat it up a little bit maybe. Color is good. That card holder comes off, which is pretty cool. He's holding a silver card again, generic, so you can imagine that he's holding any card from the deck. Again, his helmet's also slightly pushed. His head can turn. Torso can't turn because of the way the item has been molded, so the shape doesn't allow it. His shoulder pads come off separate pieces, which would be good for movement, I guess. And also, not only are the patterns colored in, but just like in the show, there's a little line, sort of outline molded in there, so you can feel the lines when you're touching it. His left hand is really more kind of wobbly and soft. I don't know, it must be old plastic. Although the colors and molding on the weapon are just as excellent as the rest of these figures. The back is a bit simple, but what you expect is supposed to be a bit simple on the back, nothing on the legs. Try and stand on the leg there. Depending on how you pose them, you can stand up. You don't need any of those crappy pegs. And last we have Linge. So yeah, there he is. Molding is excellent. Let me just take his hand off. Again, he's holding a silver card that could be anything. It's great. The belt buckle's a bit flat, but the details are molded there and are painted there. His helmet is excellent. There is actually a piece of transparent plastic right there for a really awesome effect, which just brings me to question more why the eyes can't be transparent plastic also. So his mask is a separate piece, so I'm not gonna rip it off. Again, molding, because of the Blade Riders, they all have these things on their legs, so the molding is quite decent there. This card holder also comes off. And also, let's talk about the weapon. The painting on the back is a bit lacking though, as you see the belt doesn't have any colour. This piece is actually 1 piece, 2 piece, and 3 piece. Which means that I can... Oh, no, I think that's... Is that side? No... This... Come on. All these sticks come off. No, it's definitely that one. It's super tight. Super tight. But my point is, I can pull this stick off and stick this back on, and I have a Lego size weapon. Yay! Which is, my main reason for getting these figures. Can he stand on his own? No, he cannot. But overall, this figure looks excellent, especially with the special effect there of the transparent plastic. So that's that for these guys. Next up we have the Kamen Blade Undead figure. If you look at the video in the corner right now, there's some sort of mismolding, which doesn't matter too much because it was an extra piece of plastic, which means that somewhere out there there's a figure with a missing peg. So unlucky you if you've got that one. So right here you see the belt, quite silver. The molding is texture is a bit blur. The rest of the body is quite bug-like and all the muscles are showing. It sort of reminds me of the alien from the movie Aliens. Xenomorphs. Everything fits on quite well. His left arm's a bit loose, his head's solid, the antennae are soft enough so they're not brittle. You won't be afraid to snapping them. The wings do come off as separate pieces. Again, they're quite soft, so there's no fear of breaking them easily. There's not much paint on the legs themselves, just a shiny glossy black. Tramp stamp on the back. Nothing underneath his feet. Some of the assembly doesn't fit quite well, so sanding down the pegs would be a good idea, so the joints of the plastic won't be showing. Not much paint on the back. He's overall just silver, shiny black, a bit of green, dirty green, and a bit of silvery grey for the face. Because of his appearance, there's quite a lot of spiky areas, and yet they are not too sharp because the last few videos I forgot to talk about the prices and all that. You can get these for about 100 Hong Kong or 150 maximum, so that's about either £10 or 20 US dollars. Don't pay any more for these because you don't know what the condition they are in, depending on the seller. 'Cause this one's quite good condition, but on the previous video the seller didn't keep them well, so the plastic started to degenerate. So don't pay anything more than 10 UK pounds. But yeah, these are nice collectibles. They look good. So check these out. Check out the websites below: Facebook, eBay, Bricklink, and all that. Also check out Open Media Hong Kong, where these videos are also hosted. It's a Hong Kong based site for mostly Hong Kong podcasts and videos. And yeah, take care and have a nice day. Also check out my Geeko episodes on Screw Attack, Open Media, and Take Out the Classes profiles. Links are all below. Also DeviantArt page for all the custom Kamen Rider Lego figures made using the heads of these HG figures. Take care, bye.